Hello and welcome back to Crafty Turn. I wanted to share with you today something I was very fortunate to receive from Cats to have a little play with, which is the brand new Bat Pocket die set. So I thought what we'd do first is we just have a look at the dies and we'll just put them together and show you how they go together. So when you open the pack, you get 6 dies. So you get a large, long pocket. Then you get a smaller pocket. You get a matte and layer for your long pocket. You get a matte and layer for your smaller pocket. And then you get a separate pocket, which isn't dimensional, so it hasn't got these bits on it here. And again, that's got a matte and layer. So I thought what we do today is we just focus on making up these little pockets. So I'm going to move those to one side and I'm going to bring in pieces that I've cut out. So out of card, I've cut this large piece here, this piece here, and this piece here. So I've done that in advance because however hard I try, it makes the table shake, and we know how to cut out anyway. So this is going to make your large pocket. This is going to make your smaller pocket, and this is going to make your non-dimensional pocket. So we're going to start with the larger pocket. And when you look closely, if you can see, there are 2 parallel score lines, and you need to fold both of those score lines, because what you're looking for is a little tiny gusset. Now I've got 290 card here, so I'm just bouncing those score lines into place. So the reason I do that is because then that breaks the fibres. So I'm just going to bounce those and then gradually start squeezing them. So that's the one. When you do this, the second one is always slightly harder, but if you roll it, you can get that squeeze. And then that's the other one. And I do find it's actually better not to try and burnish, because whenever you burnish the one, you flatten out the other one unless you're very, very careful. So I'm just going to bounce those. Now, you might be able to see there's a little tiny notch at the end. Just fold that under. It is important. It isn't a miscut. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same the other side. So I'm just bounce, 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 bounce until those 2 score lines start to take effect and you're starting to break those fibres down, and then just get it between your thumb and your finger. Start to give it a squeeze. And then the other one. It's better not to squeeze too hard. I mean, if you have a lesser GSM than 290, it's probably easier. I tend to use 290 for most of my work these days. So I'm just going to give those a little fold. And again, fold in that little tiny tab. It is useful. So then we're just going to do the same with the bottom. Now this is a slightly longer one, so we're just going to have to just take it a little more carefully. So just bounce, bounce, and I'm using my thumbs to support the rest of it so that that bounce just comes into play. Bounce it round, and you can see that that first fold is coming into place. Don't do one fold too much until you've got the second one. So because this is slightly longer, it's slightly more difficult. But we will get there. So I'm holding it in the middle because the midpoint is where you really want to get first. And then we're just going to bounce that into place all the way down there. And we can get that second fold into place. So there's our first fold. Always go from the outside to the edge when you're starting to actually put a crease in it. And there's the second one. So I'm just going to get those into position. Okay, so now you can see how that's going to fit together, and you're going to have that little gusset. So what we need to do now is to put the tiniest amount of glue onto that tiny little, well, I call it a glue tab, but it's very, very tiny. So I'm going to use my thin nozzle and just put a little bit of glue, and I'm actually going to just smudge it in with my finger. And this is where I find a pair of tweezers useful. So I'm folding it in so it's going to stick to the underside of the long edge. I'm just lining it up. Hold it for a second. And then get your tweezers in there. And just hold the whole thing in place with a pair of tweezers. Now, this really is a wet glue thing. It's far too small to use a piece of tape. So you really do just have to be a little bit patient. And it is worth that little tiny bit of patience because you don't want this coming apart again. So that's that side. So I'm going to do the same on this side. Tiny bit of glue and then rub the excess off. And again, bring it round. And what this little tiny thing does is it just gives it a really neat corner. So again, I'm going to get in there with my tweezers. Oops, wrong way around, and hold it in place. So get it into the place you want it to be. Get your tweezers. This is much harder to do when I'm trying to show you at the same time. So get your tweezers. Normally I would do this with it laying down a little bit. Just need it to hold a little bit first. That's it. And then you can get your tweezers in. Okay, so we're just going to hold it in place for a second. It is a little bit fiddly, but it is worth it. We'll just hold it in place. It just gives a neat edge. So then I'm going to fold this side in, and I'm just going to put a little bit of glue in a triangle on there. And I'm going to do the same on this side. I've just bent that slightly, trying to get that in there. But don't do this until you're absolutely sure your other bits are stuck. Okay. And then starting on the one side, I'm going to pull that down into place, pull it nice and tight against the other one, lift it up so that you can see what I'm doing. And then I'm getting my tweezers in there, and again I'm going to hold it. So I'm only doing the one side, but I'm putting the glue on the second side so that you don't have to then crawl underneath with your glue nozzle. So I'm just going to hold that in place long enough for it to hold and stick while I do this side. So I'm doing the same on this side. I'm pulling it tight together and then just holding it with my tweezers. Okay. So hold it for a second, and then that is a really neat finish to the bottom of your pocket, and it's that attention to small detail that make me just love Cool Cats dies. So I'm just going to hold that for a second more. I can see that's not absolutely tight. If you've got little pegs, you could use those, but I find a pair of tweezers is just as good. There we go. So that's that one made. So we're going to do the same thing now with this one. So I'm just going to bounce those edges together. I'm going to do this a little more quickly. You can take a little more care with it when you do it. So I'm just coming over that edge like that, and then this edge like so. And then that edge like so. It is a very fine edge between those two edges, so just take your time and do it carefully. Take much more time than I am. Fold those little tiny bits in, and then do the same with this bottom piece. Because this is smaller, it's easier to do. You can see how easily that is now falling into shape. Do that second one. And then we're going to follow exactly what we did before. So a tiny little bit of glue on that tiny little piece here. Get the excess off. Bring it in. Get it into place. Just hold it for a second or two to give it a chance to get into place. And then get your tweezers in there. Squeeze it down and into place. Once you've done a few of these, you find it gets much easier to do. This always reminds me of the lovely double slider die that Cool Cats have. And again, it's these little tiny parallel lines. Whenever I do them to workshop, people go, oh, it's so hard, it's so hard. But when you've done it a few times, it actually gets much easier. So hold it down until it's starting to hold. Get your tweezers in there. Oops, and just get it into place and hold it. Never got quite enough fingers, I find, for crafting. I could do with another hand. So I'm just going to hold that in place. You would probably hold it for a couple of seconds more. The Nuvo glue does actually stick very quickly. It has a good grab. So a little bit on the corner. And although you're not going to do it yet, do the other corner so that you haven't got to struggle to get the nozzle inside. Pull that first one into place. Tweezers. I can see there's a little tiny gap. So pull it again. So the nice thing with these is there shouldn't be a gap. You've got that little tiny one as well. So if you've got a gap, it's because that's it. I heard that click then. Whoops. I actually heard that click into place. You can get your tweezers and just hold it down. So, and then do the other side, tuck that under, pull that down so that it's in place and there's no gap, and then just get your tweezers, whoops, and hold that down. It's much easier to do when you're not trying to do it on the video. Just hold those down in place, and there is your second one done. And then with your third one, there isn't anything to do. So that's used those 3 dies there. So then I've used the other 3 dies to cut out some patterned paper. And for this, I'm using some Stamperia papers that I'm actually going to use to make an album with next. So I'm using the Masquerade, and I'm just using up some little bits that I had left from an earlier paper. So I'm just going to go around the edges of these. So this one is the largest of these 3 dies, and this will fit beautifully onto here. So I'm just going to get a little bit of glue, go around the edge, and that will stick beautifully onto there with just the right amount of border. So you can now stick that straight onto your page, and you've got a nice dimensional pocket. So this one, I'm just going to go around the edge of this one. Will fit beautifully onto here. So again, I'm just going to get a little bit of glue, go around the edges, pop that onto there. So again, you've got a nice simple dimensional pocket. Now what I did when I first had these was I actually centered that onto the other pocket. So I made a deep pocket there and then another little pocket on the top. So that's one way you could do it. If you match your papers up as well, it does look really nice. And then the third one is just this simple one here. So again, I'm going to go around the edges here. Now this you could use as a little tuck spot. So it would make a lovely little tuck spot. You could use it, and I will do another video to show you that. You can use it on your batwing dies. Not batwing, you know what I mean. Your bat, the bat tabs. But you can also just lay it on there as another little tuck spot to go on there. But those are the 3 basics using those 6 dies. So I hope you enjoyed that. Please remember, if you're not already subscribed, press that subscribe button. It really does help me. And I will be back with some further ideas of how to use these in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.